Ladies, I want to thank y'all so much for coming and stopping by tonight and being here for the Relay for Life in Burke County. And if you would, please introduce yourselves. I'm talking with
Ola Caldwell.
Nice to see you, Miss Caldwell. And
too.
Irma Freeman McJimsey.
Hi, Miss Majimski. Nice to see you ladies this evening.
Yes.
Let's ask you, first of all, Miss Majimski, why do you relay? Why are you here this evening?
Well, I'm here because many years ago, even before we had a relay here in Burke County with the American Cancer Society, and when we were told that they wanted us to come and do a relay, actually, I recruited my dear friend, Ola. She was with me, and we were a part of the very first relay here in Burke County, here at Freedom High School.
Really?
Yes.
Now, I got to ask you this, and hopefully our cameraman will be able to show us a little bit of this here. You've got some pins and some buttons on. I want to ask you about those.
Okay, I want to tell you about them because this is the reason I relay. Actually, my mother-in-law, I lost her first. This is my father. I lost him next. These are two first cousins who used to come here for a relay here in Burke County with me. They were from Georgia, and they have both passed away from cancer. They were sisters and brother. And then, of course, these are my two sisters that I lost less than 5 months apart. And, of course, that one is a picture of me being happy that I'm still surviving.
Very good. Now, are you a survivor, cancer survivor?
I am a cancer survivor.
And
yes.
how long?
It will be 23 years in August.
23 years. That's a fantastic
And
story.
I'm very pleased. And the thing about it is, my girlfriend was always right there with me from the beginning. I think she got frightened at first. She couldn't stay with me on the very beginning.
Right.
And she went home and she called me back. She said, Irma, I met her. I was on my way to the doctor's office, and she knew it, but she met me, and she was on her way back home, and she called me and she said, Irma, I couldn't really stay. I got really excited about this, and a little bit. I said, Ola, we'll be fine, because she's been with me the whole time.
Well, tell me a little bit about that. Now, are you a survivor or are you a supporter?
I'm a supporter.
Definitely.
But I've had two brothers. I lost two brothers from cancer.
Tell me about being someone who's a supporter of someone who has been through
My dear friend
Great.
has been friends. We've been neighbors for 42 years.
Wow.
I guess 42 years.
Yes.
And I did. I'd never, when Irma experienced cancer, I'd never had anyone close to me that had been affected by cancer. So it was a trauma for me to have when Irma told me that. In fact, I got so upset I had to leave my job.
I went by her job to tell her, and it's been wonderful though.
So you had to leave. It was just that difficult.
Oh, it was devastating.
You were a little scared.
Yeah, I was. I was frightened. I thought that was the end of my friend.
And I'm just meeting y'all, but y'all seem more like the type of neighbors who are more like sisters. You share so
that's
much.
what everybody
that's
says.
what everybody tells us, and we do. It's just been.
Now tell me about. Now, how many times have you been to the Relay for Life? You said you were one of the original.
Ever since
From
it started.
beginning.
How many years?
From the
Over
beginning.
17 years.
It was 95, wasn't it? 95 when we had the very first
Very
relay.
first one.
And we had it right here at Freedom High School, so
Right.
we were back here at the very beginning. That's where we were. We were called the Cancer Erasers,
Okay.
and it was just, I don't know.
Since then, I've become a golden diva. That's one of my friends there. She's a diva too.
Very good. So you all out here having a good. Now I'm gonna ask
yeah.
you a personal question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. How many times you go around the track so far tonight?
I've been around, I think, 4.
Really? See, that's very good. How about
Now,
you?
I'm a walker, but now tonight there's so many people out there, I'll be very honest with you, I can't walk it the way
Yeah,
I
sure.
usually walk. But I've gone around about 4 times.
All those people slow getting in your way.
Right.
You like to walk.
Right.
She does. She
I
is a
know.
walker. And generally, I like to walk, but I had already said I wouldn't walk as much tonight as I usually do. But I think I've been around twice because I was looking at the luminaries to check to see about the names on them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, ladies, thank you so much. Thank you for being one of the ones who originally started this. And it's just been a pleasure getting to talk with y'all tonight and to share part of this wonderful relationship that y'all have, because it's just y'all are like sisters.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Thank you.
And
We
I
are.
thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a great relay and many, many more.
Thank you
And
so
we
much.
thank you for having us
Thank
on
you.
tonight.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Well,
Thank you. talking tonight with Miss Ruth Wiston. Miss Wiston, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
Tell us a little bit about you. Now, are you originally from the area?
I've been here. I was born in Burke County. I've lived here all my life.
Very good. Now, you're at the event tonight because you're a cancer survivor?
My husband had cancer, and he died in 2005, and I've been a widow ever since.
Now, you come out to the Relay for Life
In honor him. I was invited in honor of him as a survivor.
Now, how often have you been here? Have you been here for several years?
I've been coming every year since last year. I didn't go to Valdez.
Yeah. But now, do you walk? Do you take the lap around every time?
Yeah, I always take one lap. I've already walked tonight.
Very good. And how late do you stay out? Do you stay out for the whole event, or?
No, I don't stay all night.
Now, do you see folks that you know year in and year out?
Yeah.
Do you have a support group here in town that you work with, or maybe survivors, cancer survivors, or loved ones
Well,
of cancer survivors?
Bonner's family is usually here,
Right.
and that's his sister.
Okay. So both of you kind of come out and support
Yes,
the memory
yes.
of him. Did he have cancer for a long time?
He lived about a little less than 2 years after we found it out.
2 years.
But he had brain cancer. And it just went all over his body.
Did you find that you had support in this area from friends and relatives?
Oh, yes. Our church really supported us. I go to Burkemont Baptist Church, and they really supported Bonner.
It really is amazing how that church family really comes together.
It is. It's just wonderful. Just wonderful.
Well, we're glad to have you here tonight, and we thank you very much for sharing a little bit of your story. And your husband's name was?
Bonner Wisnut.
Bonner Wiston.
Yeah.
And he was born and raised in the area?
He was born and raised in the Lost Corner section.
Okay. The Lost Corner section?
Yes, and that's out 181.
Okay. And how long, if you don't mind me asking, how long were you all married?
We were married 54 and a half years.
I think that's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you for honoring your husband. We appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
Okay, Joy, I want to find out a little bit about you. And you're originally from the area?
No, I was born and raised up in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, and how long have you been with us in this area?
I've been down here since the year 2000.
Were you diagnosed first here in this area?
Yes.
What year were you diagnosed?
2007.
I know I'm going to ask some personal questions. You can tell me as much or as little as you want to about your cancer, but we're just putting together a video for folks to see through the event. Tell me what the original diagnosis was. What was your original cancer diagnosis?
I can't say those words, but I had liver cancer.
Okay, very good. Liver cancer?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what that was like when you first heard the diagnosis. I know it'd be very hard to describe, but tell me a little bit about how that felt and what that was like for you.
Well, they wanted to put me on a transplant list, and I was an alcoholic, a drug addict, and I just about drank myself to death.
Right.
And I was about in my 50s at the time, and I just started getting really sick, and they thought I was going to die, and they were trying to find me a transplant. And the very strange thing about this whole thing is they found me a transplant. They put me on the list November of 2007. I got real sick in December, and in January I spoke to the Lord and talked to the Lord and prayed to him. And I wasn't a Christian. I mean, I was a Christian, but I wasn't, that far into Christianity. Right. And I had spent most of my life non-Christian, and I was learning to become a Christian, and I started praying, and I prayed to the Lord and told him, if you want to take me, you can take me, because I know I'll be with you. But if I'm to die, then I will die. And but I like to live just a little bit longer, enough time to spend some time with my family and get back together with them, because I'm not close to my family. And I said that I wanted to learn more about him, about the Lord. and that I was just starting out as a new Christian at the time. And it was January 22nd, my father's birthday. They called me up. My father had just died like a couple of years before I was diagnosed.
Right.
And on his birthday, they called me up and told me they had a new liver for me.
Wow.
So I went to Chapel Hill and I got a new transplant. And they were going to put me on chemo, but they didn't have to because they did I got the liver like almost in 2 months, a month.
Right.
And then I was supposed to be in the hospital for 6 weeks. I was only in for 2 weeks.
Wow.
I recovered that quick, and I've been healthy ever since.
So you've been cancer-free ever since?
Yeah?
Now, how's your life today? Tell me a little bit about your life today and what's going on
Oh, I'm
there.
a devoted Christian. If it wasn't for the Lord and talking to the Lord, He gave me another chance at life so that I could go on and do what I need to do. And I believe I need to pass His message on to others. And that's what I try to do. And I share my testimony of my past so that I can help others to find Him. And that's what my whole life is about, is Jesus.
I think that's fantastic. So no cancer, you're cancer-free.
I'm cancer-free right now.
And you come to the, of course, to this Relay for Life. And how many relays have you been to?
3. This is my 3rd.
Third one. And obviously it's a very special thing to you.
Oh, yeah.
You get to talk to other survivors and spread your story with them.
Oh, yes.
And I bet you hear a lot about prayer and a lot about the power
Yeah.
of prayer when you're at this event.
Prayer is very important. When you get connected with the Lord and you get Him with you, it's like you can feel it. And it's a great connection, and it's like it gives you life. It makes you want to live.
Joy, I want to thank you very much for your time today. We wish you the very best. Hi to Shelby and Brooke, and thank you so much for the relay, for being here at the relay. Is this your first one?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and how about you? How many have you
This
been
is
to?
my second one.
Second one. Tell me why you relay.
Because my mom got me into it, and my aunt died with breast cancer a couple of years ago, and I have another aunt that's a breast cancer survivor.
Did you know your aunt who passed away? And
I didn't really know her that well, but
Right.
I've heard stories about her.
Gotcha. So your mom, is your mom out here tonight? Mm-hmm. And y'all going to stay up late?
She is.
So you're good. Shelby, tell me a little bit about yourself now. Why do you relay?
Well, I came here for my friend Brooke, and
Right.
I'm very supportive of breast cancer, and my grandma had breast cancer, but I never met her, so I just kind of...
Now, as young ladies, let me ask you this. Have you heard about early detection and know the importance of early detection, even for ladies your age?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, early detection means a whole lot better chance of survival. So tell me a little bit about the message that you give to your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, a little bit about what you've either learned here at Relay or what the message that you'd like to get out for folks about cancer.
Well, just go see your doctor a lot. Like, always get a self-breast exam or to yourself, or go to a doctor.
Right.
That's all I say.
It's a tough subject to talk about sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very personal. And I know that the people I've talked to here tonight who have either lost somebody or are out here for a relay because they knew somebody, and it's been very, very difficult for them. So how many times did you go around the track?
Twice.
Twice you've gone around the track.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same here. We just got here not
Yeah.
too long
Oh,
ago.
Yeah,
here
we
too?
just got here.
Okay, I'm going to ask you now that you don't have to answer this. If you don't, it's kind of personal, so you don't have to answer. Who's got the best treats, the best food, the best stuff out here so far?
All
dogs?
I've tried is the egg rolls.
Yeah, that's all we tried so far.
Egg rolls?
We're
Okay.
not sure yet.
But there's a lot of good stuff out there. I saw a lot of great vendors. Now I'll tell you, I went over here for the hot dogs and hamburgers to the Antioch Baptist. I think it's Antioch Baptist Church over here in the corner.
Yeah.
I'll give you a tip. If you're looking for a cheeseburger,
We're looking for some food.
We'll try
and
it.
that's the great part about this. Isn't this fun that when I came out, I didn't know really what to expect. And it seems like everybody's in a really celebratory mood. I mean, there's music and people are hanging out. So you're going to come back.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You'll be here year after year.
Yeah.
Now, how about friends from your school or from work? Are they out here tonight?
I don't know. No, none. I haven't seen many people that I know, but
Right.
I've seen my friends. I went to school here.
Oh, did you
last
really?
year.
Okay.
We both graduated. She graduated from Patton.
Okay.
So we've seen people we went to school with here.
Gotcha. So
Yes.
Patton and Freedom, and here y'all are walking together. All the rivalries are gone tonight, right?
Oh, we never had a rival.
That's good. Ladies, thank y'all so much for coming by tonight. I hope y'all just have a blast. Stay up late and find lots of good stuff around this track.
thank you.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
you too.
Thank you. We're talking tonight with Sadie Wiston from here in Burke County. You originally from the area?
Yes,
And you are a survivor, or are you here to honor a survivor?
I'm a survivor.
You're a survivor. Tell us a little bit about that, if you don't mind. When were you diagnosed?
1993.
1993. And I know this is difficult to talk about, so you can tell us as much or as little as you want to. But what was the diagnosis? What was the cancer?
I had breast cancer.
Breast cancer. And I know it's very difficult to talk about, but what was that like when you first heard those words? Had to be a very difficult
Devastating. Devastating.
And you found support, I guess, from folks in the community, your church, your
Oh
family?
yeah, my church and my family. I'm out of a family of 13. I had 12 brothers and sisters. And there's been 4 I know that's had cancer out of the 13. My dad died with cancer.
Right. So after you received the diagnosis, I guess you immediately started treatments or started working with the doctor? And
I took chemo.
Took chemo.
Mm-hmm.
And so now how long have you been a survivor?
Well, I've been a survivor since I got over the chemo treatments,
Okay. And
which it took me about 9 months.
I was going to say,
to
now when
take
did those
those.
wrap up? When was your last treatment? Do you remember?
Seemed like it was in May of '94.
May of '94.
Yeah.
Now I guess you probably pretty much go to the doctor and keep a checkup and keep
Oh
a good
yeah.
eye on it.
Yes, I do.
But if so far, so good, cancer free.
Cancer free so far.
Do you attend the Relay for Life every year?
Not every year. I didn't last year. I think that's the only year I've missed.
But do you take the victory lap?
Yeah, I take the victory lap.
And do you see friends and family out here every year or whenever you make it?
Oh,
that you
yeah.
see from year to year?
Usually a lot of my family's here, but I haven't seen many tonight, so I
Right.
don't know where they're at. But
We're glad to have you here. We're glad that you're doing okay today. And we thank you for sharing some time with us about the Relay for Life.
I was going to say I'm going to be 78 years old in 2 weeks. So to walk around that field was a joy.
I would never guess that you were 78 years old.
Yeah.
I know we'll see you out here for many years to come.
Well, I hope.
Thank you, Ms. Winston.
You're welcome.
I'll get this one. My first Relay for Life.
Okay.
I've never been to one. Tell me why you relay.
Well, I am a cancer survivor, but my first relay was 2010, and I started a team for a friend who had breast cancer, and she has passed away, and I started the team originally in 2010 for her, and then after relay, I was actually diagnosed in May 24th, 2010 with breast cancer after just a routine screening. So I've continued. This is my third relay.
Tell me about early detection and tell me about screening. How did you find out? Was it through a breast self-exam? Was it through something you noticed in your health? Was it something with the doctor? And I know these are difficult questions, and you tell me as much or as little as you want to.
And actually, I went for my annual mammogram, and usually they don't come out normal. I have very large breasts, so
Right.
it's hard for them to actually
Right.
screen with that. And so then they did a ultrasound, and they could tell right then and there that something wasn't right. Had me come back the next day.
When you had to come back the next day, I guess that was very difficult knowing, oh my goodness, something's up. Don't know quite what it is. So that had to be a tough 24 hours.
It was, and then the following day, I believe that's when they did the MRI, and then they scheduled me for a biopsy like within the week. So yeah, it was difficult. That was actually probably right after relay, right after the relay, and then I guess they did the biopsy, and I was actually on my way to visit my son in Alabama because he's in the Army, and we were on the road, and they called and told me I had cancer over the telephone. I was driving through downtown Atlanta when they told me over the telephone that I had cancer.
I just got to ask, did you have to pull over? Did you have to take a minute? Because I know what traffic in Atlanta is like, and sometimes I just have to pull over because I freak out anyway. Well, you're there 75, 85, all the traffic, so. Right.
My husband was driving, so,
Okay.
But it was a real difficult weekend because we were going there to celebrate his graduation he became a pilot for, a warrant officer. And I didn't want to tell him. I didn't tell him because I wanted the weekend to be all about him.
Right.
And that was really important to me, so it was really hard to go away that weekend and be there with family and everything and keep that inside and just be all excited about everything,
Sure.
But
Now, did you have your treatment done here in our area?
yeah.
And so then after treatment, things are okay and you're cancer-free.
I am cancer-free,
And how long
yes.
have you been cancer-free now? When was your last treatment?
It was actually in 2010. I didn't actually end up, all I did was I had just surgery to remove it. I chose not to do radiation or anything.
Right.
Because they said that most likely they got it, and they were afraid if they did radiation, I guess you can only have radiation in one spot one time.
Right.
They don't usually redo it, and
Right.
so I just felt confident enough in my faith that they got it all and I was going to be okay, and I've gone back for my screenings and nothing has shown up since. And
We've had a lot of stories of faith here tonight
Yeah.
that we've talked to with people, and how much their church and how much their family and everybody supported them. So that's why you relay now. So are you a survivor?
Mm-hmm.
You're cancer-free. Have you become involved with the event on an organizational part? Are you helping with the relay?
Oh yeah, I'm actually co-chair this year.
Oh,
with,
really?
Yeah, with Janice Rogers. I'm co-chair this year for Relay, and last year I was in charge of all publicity. So yes.
So I went on your website before I came up here, and it was at 51,000 when I saw it last.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be more than that because you have people out here who are, if the people have never been to a relay, they're selling hamburgers, hot dogs, cheeseburgers. I think somebody just had a funnel cake. I was
Yes.
so jealous because I'm trying to stay off of it. He was like, you want some? I was like, get that away from me. But all this is going for charity, right?
It is. Everything we raise tonight is all for charity. There is a lot of things for sale. Normally, I never get outside of my tent to be able to see anything, but we're delivering shirts to all the captains, so I actually just said, put that shirt on hold for me. I'm getting one this year because we're having a silent auction at our tent. But yeah, all the money goes to Relay, and we will continue even after tonight to actually fundraise all the way up to the end of August, and our cutoff is like August 31st to have all our funds in.
Do you have a goal?
We do have a goal. The county's goal is 84,000, but our goal is 100,000. We've decided that we can beat that goal. Actually, I think it's 82,000 for the county, but
And the website said that not everything was totaled up. That's
It's not.
That's just what they had at that point.
Right.
So if you're at 51 there,
Yeah,
you're well on your way. You're over halfway.
even if
so-
we get 82, I'll be happy because
Yeah.
that's what they said we should have for the county, and we have more teams this year than we've ever had.
It's a wonderful event. I've never been to one, but everybody seems to be here in a very celebratory mood.
Yes.
Everybody's up, everybody's smiling, and it's about survival. And it was like I guess your co-chair said, you stay up all night because cancer doesn't sleep.
That's right. That's
But
right.
you're going to take a little nap, so we're going to crawl in a tent, right?
We might. I did bring a tent, and last year I took a nap for about an hour. So yeah, we
Good.
probably will, but I'll definitely be here all night. A lot of people will pack up and go home,
Right.
but there will be there will be a group of us that will make it all night.
Nancy, it was so nice meeting you. Thank you for sharing with us, and thank you so much for Relay, and thank you for being here.
Well, thank you. We enjoy it, and I'm glad you're here, and hopefully you'll come back next year.
I sure hope so.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
You too.
I'm a volunteer for the Caldwell County Wig Bank.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that. First of all, if you would, for the video, introduce yourselves. And I'm talking with
Joanne Church.
Hi, Miss Church, and you are
Junior Hendricks.
Hi, nice to see you, Mr. Hendricks. Thank you all for joining us. Mr. Hendricks, I see you have on a survivor shirt. Are you a cancer survivor, sir?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Well, I have a physical when I was working every year.
Right.
And 15 months ago, I went and had a physical, and they found a little spot on my prostate about the size of a needle, about the size of a needle head.
Right.
And they done 14 biopsies, and they found it. And they told me, said, we'll try the seeds. So they put 129 seeds in there.
Right.
And I've done great.
Good. So you're cancer-free now.
They say I am.
Very good. So that had to make you feel a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Now, where are you from originally?
I'm from Lenore.
Lenore? So when you were working over there, did you work in the furniture industry over there?
I worked at Lenore Mirror 42 years.
Mirrors?
Yeah.
I guess now, did they do a lot of mirrors for the furniture, for the...
Yeah, but they used to do a lot for furniture, but now they sort of sell it like to Sears and all these big stores now.
But yeah, it sounds like you enjoyed it quite a bit.
Well, it's a pretty good job.
Very good. Well, it's so nice to have you here. Tell me why you're at the relay.
Well, my sister-in-law, she's got cancer too. My wife's sister.
Right.
I've been helping this thing probably 6 or 7 years before I got cancer.
Now, you told me that you kind of helped maybe make some treats for the youngsters out here.
Oh yeah, I love to make them ices for them youngsters.
So the ices is where we come. When we come next year, we'll see you here making the ices.
I make other things too. I make slingshots.
Do you really?
Yeah.
See, the youngsters don't use those as much anymore until they get a hold of one. They get a hold of one, and then they seem to love it.
Yeah, but you can't find them.
Yeah, you got to find somebody who makes them. Well, we're glad you're here tonight, Mr. Hendricks. Thanks so much for joining us. I want to talk to Miss Church a little bit. Good evening, and thank you for being here. Tell us why you're here at the relay.
To support the benefits and the things that they have for the cancer survivors, because too, with people that's coming on that's going to have cancer, research and stuff that goes into it, I figure if it hadn't been for that we might not be sitting here today, because the research has really helped.
Exactly. Now, you volunteer, you told me, with the Wig Bank in Lenore, or
yes,
in Caldwell County?
The Caldwell County Wig Bank.
Tell me about that.
It's a volunteer place for everything. You can come there and get wigs, new wigs, and toboggans and scarves. It's all free. It's sponsored by the Caldwell County Wig Bank, and we're open 5 days a week from 9 to 5 each day, except for Friday. Then it's 9 to 1. And I enjoy volunteering. I enjoy helping people that comes that they're just devastated, because when you first hear you got cancer, you just don't believe it's real. You think you're in a dream. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in '07, and I had my physical every year, so I contribute regular physical to helping detect it early, because if it's detected early, you're pretty much going to get cured. And I'm just thankful for the support and all of these Relay for Life things that do help people that's got cancers, and for the ones that's coming on that's going to get it. It's a sad thing, but it's life.
You know, it's my first relay out here, and I was surprised. I didn't know what it was going to be like when they told me. But everybody's out here celebrating. They're having a good time, seeing their old friends, taking a lap or two around the track. You got all these great sponsors out here.
Yes.
So it's a really good event. I had no idea what it was going to be like.
It is good. It's good to see the ones that have survived your friends, and then too to remember, I have lost several good friends to cancer, and I miss them. It's just devastating. So we should, our survivors should enjoy life and to try to help others. That's what it's about.
And I think that's a great way to wrap it up. I'll let y'all get back to
Well,
the floor.
I got something else to tell
Oh,
you.
if you would, please. Yeah, go ahead.
I've been a donator to giving blood all these years.
Yes, sir.
And after I got cancer, they told me, they sent me a plat from Charlotte. I'd give 16 gallons and 2 pints.
Wow.
And when I went back, when they told me I was cancer free, he said, why don't you just keep on giving blood? He said, that stuff they give you is in your prostate, it's not in your blood. So I started back and I give 2 pints now.
Wow. So that just goes to show that when you're a survivor, you can go ahead and do, in many cases, do what you were doing before and do what you're doing. And I want to thank you very much for that blood donation, because I know there's a lot of people out there who, if they could, they'd thank you one-on-one for what you've done with your blood donation.
I was giving in Lenore, but now, last 2 pints I'd give in Burke County.
Good deal. Spread it around. And thank you for the work that you're doing at the Wig Bank, because that is a difficult time in people's lives where they go through the chemo and they lose their hair, and you're there for them, not only to help them with the wigs, but to help them through that other difficult part as well. So thank you both very much for what you're doing, and we thank you for stopping by tonight. Linda?
Hi, I'm Belinda McGinnis.
Okay, and you are?
Kathy D'Angelo.
I want to thank you ladies very much for joining us, and one of the questions I'd like to start off with is, why do you relay? Let's talk a little about why you're here. We'll start with Belinda.
My sister is Janice Rogers. She's almost 17-year survivor.
Okay.
And I lost my dad and a brother-in-law to cancer.
Well, we're very happy that you're here, and I met is it your sister, you say? Mm-hmm. I met your sister earlier tonight. She's done a great job with us.
She has done a fantastic job.
The camera, so you did a great job with us.
She did a wonderful job. She always does.
Yes, she does. And where? So are you from the area?
No, I'm from Delaware.
From Delaware. So you came down from Delaware to celebrate
do relay.
To be here.
Yep, it's my third relay.
Third relay. And how about you?
And this is my first relay, and I'm Belinda's and Janice's sister.
Okay.
Also, Kathy.
Very
and
good.
I'm from Pennsylvania.
And you came down for the event as well.
And this is my first trip here to honor our father, and in memory of our father, and because we wouldn't know what to do without Janice. She's our big sister.
So this is a family affair, and she's your big
definitely.
sister.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you, since this is your first time here, tell me about your initial impressions, what you thought it was going to be like, and then right here now we're just at the luminary service. Tell me what it is like for you, what you thought, and what you expected, and what you.
It's really surprising because everybody's having so much fun, and I was so afraid there'd be so many sad people, and they aren't. They're all happy. Everybody's having so much fun, all the kids playing, and everybody's talking like old friends.
Did you make it around the track at least
Yes.
one time? Did you get to see some of the vendors and all the things that are happening?
Yes, I did.
And of course, now I know that your sister's probably been terribly busy,
Yes.
but she'll have a little time over maybe the next day or two to relax and spend a little family time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, did you talk your sister into this now after you came down for your first one? This is your second one.
This is my third one.
Third one, I'm sorry. Did you have a good time and say, look, you got to come down, you got to check this out? Tell me about how you got back down.
No, I think we all just, last year we have another sister, and she came last year as well, but she couldn't make it this year. I think we all just did it because Janice means that much to us.
Right. And now, help me, do we have any other survivors in the family right now other than your sister?
No.
Okay. So you're here to support your sister?
Yes.
And in honor and memory of the other family members who are not with us?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
and being here for the first time and seeing the role that everyone plays, all the people that pitch in and bring this thing together, makes you very proud to know them, and especially to know that our sister Janice is that involved and that committed to helping other people who are in the same situation she's been in.
I've seen so many different types of folks out here tonight. Young, old, different color skin, different ethnic backgrounds. You can tell some of them from the city, some of them from the country, all kinds of different folks. I think it's a good way to say there's nobody who is immune, and cancer strikes
Absolutely.
everybody.
There was a 7-year-old little girl out there today. So yeah, I mean, she was very young.
Cancer's not picky, it's not choosy, it affects everyone. Now, the only other question I got for you, I know you want to get back and see your sister, and there's a lot of other things to do here tonight. You going to stay up all night? Did you bring your tent out? You going to camp out?
I'm going to camp out. Yes, I am.
Good for you. You picked a lovely evening for it, lovely evening.
I am going to camp out.
And how about you?
No. I'll stay till I can't stay awake any longer. Then I'm heading home to a bed.
Then you're heading home to a bed. I'm not far. I'm out of here before myself. But I want to thank you all. And thank you not only for being here tonight, for the long trip that you made to support your sister, who is a survivor and who I know puts a lot. She puts her heart and soul into
She
this
does.
event.
And we're very proud of her.
I can understand why. And I thank both of you for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Janice Rogers, and I'm the chair of this Relay for Life. And it's such a pleasure to be here tonight to see so many people, so many cancer survivors, so many caregivers, just so many participants. It's just been a great event, and I'm just so happy to be here. I am a cancer survivor. I'm a almost 17-year ovarian cancer. And when I was diagnosed, I was told that I wouldn't be here in 5 years. But like I said, it's been almost 17, and it's just an honor for me to be here every year and celebrate with my soulmates, all the other cancer survivors.